It starts right here. Accepting core engines destined for a new generation of service, but not accepting them all. After core parts are cleaned, they are carefully inspected to determine if they are suitable for remanufacturing. Only core engines that meet Mercury's strict requirements move down the line. Reshaping the block and engine components to like-new condition while meeting and exceeding critical tolerances is where Mercury Remanufacturing excels. Beginning with the block, we line hone to precise specifications to ensure the crankshaft has a straight and true surface to spin freely. Engine blocks are then sent to one of our several cylinder honing machines, where the cylinders are finely honed to configuration specified by Mercury Marine. With the block now ready for final cleaning and assembly, let's take a look at the other components that make up a Mercury Remanufactured long block engine. Mercury crankshafts are precision ground to the next nominal undersize, then micro-polished to an ultra-smooth finish. All connecting rods considered for remanufacturing are carefully examined and measured. Warpage, cracks, or excessive wear will send them to the scrap pile. Viable rods are cleaned, machined, and fitted with new bearings. Hydraulic lifters are always replaced. Roller lifters, on the other hand, are disassembled, ultrasonically cleaned, and fitted with new components in a special clean room. Roller lifter assemblies then go into this canister for testing, where air is vacuumed out and calibration fluid is utilized to charge the cylinders and determine their integrity. Roller cams that do not meet Mercury's strict criteria for remanufacturing are discarded. Those that pass inspection are machined, polished, and tested for proper hardness and finish. Flat lifter cams are not even considered for remanufacturing. We replace them all with new ones. The horsepower developed in any four-cycle engine is managed by a solid and sound cylinder head assembly. Mercury Remanufacturing spares no expense by including a complete set of new stainless steel valves in every engine. Several other new parts are installed as well, such as pistons, rings, engine bearings, gaskets, seals, block access plugs, and more. No other remanufacturer invests in the integrity of their products like this. It's a Mercury Remanufacturing exclusive. You might say redundancy is a theme at Mercury Remanufacturing. This striving to get it right, then testing and retesting, is what sets us apart from the regional rebuilders or local machine shops. For example, cleanliness is more than a process at Mercury Remanufacturing. It's a multi-step dedication to quality. Engine blocks are washed 4 times prior to assembly. First during disassembly, again after being machined to remove all metal shavings. Next, another bath with an agitation wash, followed by a brushing procedure that targets every oil gallery in the block. Finally, a high-pressure wash is performed that leaves the block virtually spotless. This process alone goes far beyond the capabilities of other remanufacturers, and our track record proves it's worth it. Now is the point where it all comes together, on the assembly line. Every step in the assembly process is meticulously developed, documented in extreme detail, closely monitored, and strictly adhered to, allowing little to no room for error. Technicians are extensively trained and are required to log in and out of their workstations so people and processes can be tracked, and each tech must be certified for specific procedures. The hub is the heart of the assembly line. This is where the camshaft is installed. The crankshaft is laid, and the piston and rod assembly is introduced to the block. All Mercury specified torque settings are mechanically applied with special tools that torque down multiple bolts at the same time to maintain balanced pressure on mated surfaces and to eliminate the potential for rod knock or premature bearing wear. After the correct torque specification is achieved, a paint identification strip is automatically applied to the bolts, providing a visual verification that the lower end of the engine has been properly assembled and torqued. Mercury Remanufacturing settles for nothing less than new parts that are specially designed for marine applications. such as heavy-duty valve springs and high-volume oil pumps. Subassemblies such as cylinder heads and intake units are cleaned again, pre-assembled with new marine parts and tested so they're ready to bolt right on. This is where many engine rebuilders end the process and ship their engines out, not at Mercury Remanufacturing. Every engine is further fit with appropriate tinware, such as spotlessly clean valve covers, timing cover, and oil pan. A water pump is also installed prior to the application of the distinctive black MerCruiser paint. After final assembly and painting, engines are pressure tested to ensure water jacket and oil cavity integrity. And then the final and most important quality assurance measure is hot testing. Every engine is fired up and run for at least 15 minutes on a test bed that duplicates the conditions of an engine in actual service to evaluate its integrity and its performance characteristics. This extra step from Mercury Remanufacturing guarantees you an engine that will stand up to the special rigors of marine applications. No other marine engine manufacturer goes to such great lengths to assure the installer and the consumer that every engine will fit properly and perform to their expectations. When trouble-free is not an option, but a requirement, then Mercury Remanufacturing is the logical solution for engine replacement. On the surface, it's difficult to tell the difference between new and remanufactured. On the water surface, it's impossible to tell.